So welcome to the next instalment of Mozza Versus, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to this one. The venue in choice for this is Todber Manor Fisheries. Now there's loads of lakes on the complex over at Todber, and the lake we've chosen for this session is Little A's. Reasons being, there's loads of carp in here, so fingers crossed there's going to be loads of carp caught for all you lovely people viewing this now. The guy that's going to be facing me on this session is a world champion again, and a European champion, and a back-to-back British champion. Wow, so he knows how to catch a fish or two. I would like to say he's a friend, but to be honest, he's more of a pest. It's Mark Bartlett. Mark needs no introduction into the match fishing scene. I'm just going to big him up loads here because he's no doubt going to absolutely batter me on this one, but no one else wanted to face me, unfortunately. I think Scott Day is still abroad. He's not even come home yet until we knew that we'd filmed this one, obviously. So cheers for that, Scott. Anyway, I'm thoroughly looking forward to this one. There's plenty of carp in Little A's, and let's hope we're going to catch a few.
I'm Mark Bartlett, and I'm here to fish against Lee Mozza Morris. And now I'm looking forward to it. I grew up with Lee, so there'll be some proper banter rights up for grabs this session. I've got everything to lose, to be fair. Lee's got absolutely nothing to lose. Apart from we're just going to have a headache for a long time if he catches more than me. But on the other side of the thing, he shouldn't really lose. You know, he works for Simo. Simo's best mates with the owner of these lakes. He pretty much knows all of these fish on a first term basis. Probably hand fed them most of their life. Yeah, so there's no reason why he shouldn't beat me here at all. But now I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one. Oh yeah, well done, Lee.
What?
Oh, look, there's one that's just wellied out. What, with that great big coot?
Gutted, Bart. Huh? You got all emotional then, thinking that was the one, didn't you? You was like, oh, that's my pig. That's the pig I wanted to go in. Oh no, it's a chicken. What?
You fully thought that was the carp?
Yeah, I knew it was a coot. You were all getting emotional, weren't you?
Look, Lee, look. There's one.
Bartlett, another one's just boshed out. Don't know how many slings to take. 8, 9, 10.
What?
You can't count further than that, can you? There's no one more boring than Bart.
Right, I'm ready. Come on.
Which the viewers will get to know.
They brought me Barrow.
You're Barrett. He's going to be destroyed come the end of this. He's going to be a broken man.
What do you want to do? Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, we will do rock, paper,
Come
scissors.
on then.
No, wait. God's sake, Mark, you're so bloody...
I want to start setting up.
Jesus Christ. I bet your missus hates you. Come on in, let's get to bed. Come on in, there. Do what?
Oh my God.
What's the matter? What are you moaning about now? God's sake, do you ever stop whinging?
You. Never
God, you never stop moaning, do you?
Long.
Meat, whinge, tractor. Don't. Mate. Mate.
So let's just get this straight.
Here, mate. Let's get this straight. I want to bring my digger.
Apparently from Southampton, they don't count to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shoot. Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Have you ever done anything? You start 1, 2, 3,
rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's how the kids do it these days.
Bang, and then that's it. Ready?
Right, are you ready for rock, paper, scissors, shoot? The dramatic music has started.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's tense, isn't it? Can
Ready?
you feel the tension? Right, so what are we going on? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No. Rock, paper, and then that's it.
Scissors. Right,
Yeah.
okay,
Ready?
ready? Yep. Rock, paper, scissors. Yes! Yes! It's 1-0 up! That's the 3.
That's the 3.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, come on. Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah!
Come on then.
Get in there.
Which
Get
side
in
do you
there.
want?
I've actually won something for once. It's probably the only thing I'm going to win.
Heroic. Which side of the peg do you
Oh,
want?
look at him. He's getting all emotional. I'm not going to tell you yet.
Right, well,
I'm going to hold it out. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait, see some fish.
Oh, he's going to run out of battery in a minute.
I'm going to go on the right. I'm only going on the right because all your kit's on the right. So you've now got to move it to the left. That's the only reason.
I only wanted it to go on the right because if it starts raining, I can just face my bivvy out the way.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's another good shout. Thank you, Mark. He's all emotional now. Look, he's on the back foot already. So the swim choice then for this one is pretty much situated dead centre of the lake, and carrying on from the theme from the very first one, me and Bartlett are going to be fishing the exact same swim. One's going to be on the left and one's going to be on the right. So now we've got the rock, paper, scissors out the way. I actually won that one, which was nice, but to be honest, I didn't know what side I was going to go on. And the only reason why I've gone on the right is because Bartlett put all his kit on the right, so he had to move it all over to the left, and that is the only reason. Good watercraft in my eyes. So yeah, the wind's trickling from the left to the right. Conditions for February, to be honest, are pretty good, I'd say. I reckon we're into double figures at the moment, so it's not freezing cold like normal Februaries are. Me and Bartlett were thinking that we were going to have to break the ice for this one, to be honest, when we knew about it a few weeks back. But conditions look absolutely mega for it. And like I say, Bartlett's on the left. Don't know where he's going to be fishing, no doubt going to be poaching someone's peg, I'm sure. And I'm on the right, don't know where I'm going to be fishing, no doubt I'll end up poaching his peg if he catches a fish or two. Now obviously with this being a match, you want to be fishing a venue that's really prolific, and Little A's definitely offers that. There's around about 800 fish in here. I think 100 of them fish go over £20. You've got about 8 to 10 30 pounders that are in here, and then obviously 600 odd fish that, you know, mark up high doubles, to be honest. So plenty of fish in here for us to go at. It's a nice prolific water. Fingers crossed there's going to be plenty of fish caught. So carrying on with the theme of the lucky charms from the last one, you would have seen that I give Harry his. So Bartlett brought you a lucky charm along as well. Are you ready for it?
Come on then.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Are you ready? Pow!
What was that?
Boris the Bartlett, it looks like you. Boris the Bartlett. He likes that, didn't you? You love that. But if you start catching more than me, I want him back.
I'll take him actually, he's pretty cool.
He is cool.
Yeah, cheers mate.
Boris the Bartlett, best of luck to you, Bart. Let's get this match on.
Don't really cross the old ferret.
I beg to differ. Good luck, mate.
All right there, Brad.
You ready? Chuck it into my peg, Bart.
Who's chucking your peg?
You have.
Rubbish kid.
Rubbish kid. Well, that was a better start than Mine and Harry start last time round. Look at that for a rig. What an abomination. Chuck that out like that, didn't I? Can you be your little powders and potions?
Leave it in there because it will chuck it out like that.
I love how panicky you're getting. That's it, Bart, you get the net. Hopefully you'll be doing that loads for me.
Whatever, Lee. Where is it?
Just in front of us here.
Ooh.
Oh!
Foul look, mate.
I thought it was at first, it's
That's
not.
foul look.
It's not.
100%.
It's not. It's look, it's in the gob, it's in the bottom lip.
Nice one. Get it.
Yeah.
The top of the Lee, mate.
Reach out for him then, Bart. Reach out for him. Go on, the first one. Yes!
Oh, yeah. It's Popeye.
It's Popeye. Right.
Yes, Lee.
Yes, Bart. That is Popeye. Go on, Popeye. Right, leave him there. Stop disturbing my fish. Well, I need to keep an eye on Bart behind you, Brad, so. But yeah, first fish of the match in the net, which is nice. And Bartlett's now trying to poach me up by chucking all over me, as per usual. So yeah, I'm just rebaiting now. Put my little mesh bag on. Get the rod back out there. But yeah, nice to get the first one in. We've been watching around the pond and there's not been a lot of bites going on, to be honest. So we're a little bit worried whether to put any bait out or whether you're doing the right thing, sort of thing. But yeah, when you get a bite, it tells you loads. So
yeah.
Right, let's get this rod straight back out on the money. Here we go then. Oosh! 58 pounds. So first fish of the session, 17 pound 7 ounces. First fish on the scoreboard.
I thought you were going to say first fish without a boat then.
That is true. First fish without a boat probably this year, so you're not far wrong. But yeah, to get the first one is epic.
It's a nice one, and like, you know, we've not been fishing long either.
No, what? Oh, half hour, 3/4 an hour? Something like that? Well, I don't know, it felt like longer being in your presence, but yeah, he's epic.
Yeah, nice.
That will do for the first one.
Hopefully it's your last one.
Yeah, it probably will be. Nice all the same. So it's not long since I put that first fish back, and yeah, I'm going to need to build up a massive lead against Bartlett, that's for sure. Nice to get the first one, of course, but obviously done out with him chucking all over me, does it, Bart? Whatever, Lee, yeah. So, yeah, fingers crossed I can get the next bite, and then the next one after that, and then his head will truly fall off then. Which would be nice, because that's what we need. We need his head to go. Already he's panicking. I can see a few beads of sweat pouring down from his face. Hey, Bart.
Yes, Lee.
Yes, Lee. So yeah, let's hope that the right hand rod can start going now. Ideally, that's what I need. I need bites on the right hand side of him, and then he can't completely ruin my fishing for me. But he's running around like an eggless chicken at the moment. He's redoing rods, he's contemplating his life, he's wondering what's going on, and yeah, I'm sure I've already got into his head. Let's hope I can get into his head a little bit more. Well, as you can see, I'm still cooped up in the bivvy whilst it's pouring with rain still at the moment. But on my left hand rod, I've been getting some real steady sort of line. Well, they are liners, not sort of liners. I'm definitely getting liners on the left hand rod. Real gentle pulls up on the bobbin and then drop back. So what I've done is I've brought the right hand rod in, and because you're getting them sort of steady liners, that would say to me that the fish are sort of this side of my rig, but they're not close in, because if you get liners that are close in, you get a real jagged sort of liner. I'm getting a real steady sort of line. Oh, here we go.
He's on. Not out to the right, are they, Brad?
Right, so as I was about to say, what I've done is I've brought this right hand rod in, and I've just chucked it slightly short of the other rod because of the steady liners I was getting, and yeah, that's paid off for me with one on the end at the minute, as you would say, Bart. One on the end.
One on the end?
One on the end. Is that a Bristolian thing?
That goes with end.
Is that a Bristolian thing?
When it hung in a church
one on the end. One on the end.
Aren't they?
What?
Is that a thing? Don't worry, Lee, it's above you. The moment's gone.
Moment's gone, is it? Oh, right, okay. So I've not long chucked this out. This has only been out about 10 minutes, to be honest. And yeah, let's hope we can get him in the net and add to the scoreboard. Ooh. Come on.
Do you want me to net it for you, Lee?
If you like.
Come on, I'll help you out.
If you like.
Where's the little cod?
He's right down there, look. There he is. Get him in. Get him in. Get him in.
To me, to me.
To you, to you. Yes!
I got him. I got him.
Right.
Oh, son. This is your moment, Lee.
This is my moment.
This is your recuperation.
Right, put that down.
Harry destroyed
Put that down. Ready?
Bigger than what you think. Bigger than the other one.
Is it? No.
Turn it around so you can't lie.
What the hell? It's 18-1.
Huh?
What is it?
£18 on the button.
Nice. Here we go then. Fish number 2, and I'm going to need at least 10 more of these to be ahead of Bartlett on this one. But at £18, much needed weight on the scoreboard. I thought it was a little bit smaller than that, to be honest with you, but £18 all day long, and happy as Larry with this one. Really looking forward to some more bites. Hey, Bart. So this is the rig that I've been using this session. I've touched on it briefly, and I'm going to run through it in a little bit more detail now. If you've watched the day ticket £40 video, it's the exact same rig that I used on there that caught me that absolute monster just before Christmas. So I use this rig all year round. I've got that much confidence in it. The only thing that changes is the hook bait itself. So starting with the hook bait, as you can see there, that is a little ball of plastic. Now I make these up myself, and basically inside there is a size 16 hook, which I attach these little wrigglers to that you can see on the top. My size 16 hook. So I hook the maggots straight onto there, and then before I pull that home into the plastic ball itself, I actually hook that through the mesh bag and then send the actual hook home, which attaches it to my mesh bag of maggots. Moving down from there, I've got size 5 medium curve hook. So the hook will sit on the bottom of the lake bed, and that plastic ball will just waft above like so. And then to keep that in place, I've basically got 2 hook beads there, the size 2 to 6s, and then going to the swivel, it's a size 11 ring swivel. Don't want anything bigger, don't want anything smaller. Moving on to the material, I use the Illusion in 20 pound. It's quite a stiff material, and I'm still confident using that over sill. I've seen some underwater footage that I did with Rob, got him to take some photos of it on a lead clip system, and it sits absolutely beautifully underwater. And what I've got this attached to is just an overhand loop knot there with a big blob of putty. Now that putty, you might think, well, that's for a pop-up, it's holding the rig down. It's not for that at all. It's basically to drop the hook into the bottom of the fish's mouth as the fish picks up the hook bait, of course. So onto the lead clip itself, it's just normal lead clip setup. I like to use a big, heavy Horizon lead. That's a 4-ounce lead. And then moving on to the tail rubber, it's one of the naked line tail rubbers. So as you can see, it tapers off and sits alongside the line perfectly, very anti-tangle. So that is my rig setup in a little bit more detail, and it's a rig that I'll use all year round.
Well, on a serious note, I ain't had a bite. Lee has caught a couple to the right.
To the right, to the right, to the right.
Bloke up there's caught to the right. Kia's had a couple of fish to the right. Bloke opposite to the right has had a fish. Bloke to the left ain't caught anything. I ain't caught nothing. I ain't caught nothing. I ain't caught nothing. I ain't caught nothing. Lee thinks I'm joking. The only fish that I've seen show was to the right. So yeah, so if you're on the right, you're all right. If you're on the left, you're knackered. Nah, we'll see. We'll see. It's a long way to go yet. It's gonna be a long night.
Well, so if you haven't gathered by now, obviously I'm to the right after Bartlett's little update there. But what he didn't tell you is the geezer opposite him to the left has caught.
No, he hasn't.
On the left.
No, he has
but
not.
He's caught on the left. You're the only one on the pond not to have a bite. Bad angling.
You're lying.
I'm not.
You're lying.
So it has gone a little bit quieter now, to be honest. The liners have stopped a little bit on both rods.
Yeah, you hadn't had one for at least a minute.
So yeah, it's been a couple of minutes since I've had a liner in Bart size. It's been about 3/4 of an hour, to be fair. So they have definitely either backed off me or they've gone to the right, which let's hope they do go to the right. Bart, to the right, to the right. I'm sure there was a song that should be made for that, a remix song. But yeah, I think I'm going to have a rechuck in a minute because the liners have stopped. I think it's worthy of a rechuck. There's a load of noisy geese that's just landed on the pond. Hopefully they stay to the left and ruin it for Bart. Just looking for any excuse to get into Bart's head, basically, which I've already done because he's panicking. I've never seen him so worried. He's worn out his swim, looks like a cesspit now. He's been pacing up and down the bank, and now he's had some lad move in to the left of him. He can't chuck 300 yards to his left anymore. So yeah, it's definitely grating on Bart for the moment, but I'm gonna need at least 10 more fish to be in some sort of lead against the Bart man.
Well, just as old Bradders was round doing a little scenic of the mist rolling off the hills, I've only gone and got one.
Come on, hold up.
No, Lee. I'll tell you what.
Can I knock it off? Dude, he's a good one.
It's Colin, isn't it? Colin the Common. Well, I'll tell you, they take some catching out of here. Yes, go on, Lee. Thanks, mate. Yeah, well, that's a relief. Only 2 more to catch to get in front of Lee. But that's good fish, isn't it, Lee?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nice little common. Well, let's have, we'll have a quick look at him before we lose the light. Come on, Lee, let's get him out.
Nice.
Nice, that's 20 pounder.
Yeah, man. Biggest one yet. Bloody hell. Have you zeroed them?
Yes, of course I have.
£27.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice, Chief.
27.8.
$23.13.
There you go. Nice. 23.13, I think it was. Yeah, nice common. Kind of makes up for watching Lee catch a couple. Apparently the commons in here are really hard to catch as well, so you know, do take a bit more catching than just a bulky meal, you know, running a meal mirror. But nah, that old crinkle tail as well. Look. Yeah, nice to get on the board. Yeah, Lee's had his go now, so my turn now. Well, now I've had that fish, I kind of like, well, I put a few spods out earlier. So now I've had that fish, I feel like I can actually work towards something else now. We're going to just nick a bite first. Oh, me and Mozza both getting a beep at the same time then. Yeah, I just felt like now I've got one under my belt, I can sort of have a little play about now. And that is, from what I can gather, that's a slightly better fish. You know, like nearly 24 pound. So if I catch like a 13 pounder, I'll actually be in front of Mozza. And there ain't really that many fish in here that are sort of under that. Mozza's had 2 fish, both around like, you know, 18 pound. So if I can get one more bite, rather than be, you know, I thought I was going to be like needing 3 fish to get in front of him. But now if I can get a bite before he gets a bite, then I'll be back in the race a little bit. But I put a few spods out earlier on a spot. I say a spot, I just literally picked a tree in the far distance and went just short of halfway. Chucked 10 spods out there. And so I've just put a rod on that now, and then I'm just gonna keep this rod where I actually caught the fish. And I'm probably gonna just put 1 or 2 spods over that. And then if I get a bite off the bait, I'll put 2 rods on the bait and just see how it goes really. Just play it by ear the whole time. Everything's been caught on bags, apart from 2 fish that were caught on the other side today. They were caught over bait, and that's kind of like what I'm thinking now, is that maybe the bait will actually produce a few fish. So we'll just have to wait and see really. It's gone freezing now. It was really mild. Little chop on the water this morning looked lovely. Then all of a sudden, like halfway through the day, it's just absolutely tanked it down for, you know, an hour or so solid, probably maybe like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, just relentless. And that literally passed. Now it's blue skies, the moon is out, and it's freezing. The mist has come over where obviously the temperature difference is. The mist is rolled over the lake. We've seen it coming over the hills, covered the lake over. Got a job to see anything now, and it is really cold. So it's definitely time for a pizza now.
Well, it's game on now, obviously, with Bart having that 20 pounder. Could have done with it being 10 pound lighter than what it was, but yeah, at the end of the day, you want it to be a race right to the end, to be honest. I mean, I already had that dusting up from Harry on the very first one, which wasn't nice at all. So if me and Bart can go sort of fish for fish all the way through this match, then, you know, it's entertaining for all of us then. And yeah, I could do with another bite just to keep that lead on him, because now it's just, like say, one fish in it. If Bart gets a bite, likelihood is he'll go ahead. If I get a bite, it just keeps me that little bit ahead of what he is at the moment. So I've put a little bit of bait out. I've just got a little area that I'm going to bait up in case the sort of bites dry up where I'm fishing at the moment. I've only put it 2 wraps further than what I'm fishing at the moment. And yeah, like I say, if the liners do dry up, I am getting the odd liners still on the right hand rod. But if they all stop, then I'll put the rods out onto the bait and hopefully nick a bite tonight.
Wow. To be honest, I just had a bite, but got it in pretty quick. What I'm messing about is absolutely Baltic. But yeah, we got one in the net anyway. It's only a little one, but I think it's enough to put me in front of the Moz. So yeah, I'll get it out. Let's have a look. Oh dear. We re-zero it. Are you kidding? 12, 12. 12, 12. 12, 12. What did I have before? 23, 13. That's disappointing. I think that leaves me a couple of ounces behind. How deflating to know that that weasel over there is still in front. And he's just just snoring away over there. Don't even get out of bed. And he's still winning. Right, well, let's get this back and hopefully get another one before the ferret wakes up. There you go. The fish that should have been a bit bigger. It's a welcome fish, you know. Mozza hasn't caught any more, which is a bonus. I don't know how, because he's on an absolute pile. He's getting a liner every 10 minutes, but you wouldn't know because he's asleep. Yeah, I mean, hopefully if I can get another one. I mean, I think, to be fair, I think I need 2 really before the end of the match. The way things are going, I'm going to want 2 more, which, you know, I think it's doable, to be honest. Yeah, so we'll get this rod back out, try for another bite, just see what happens, I suppose.
Something you wanted, and there's no doubt. something you live behind. Another borderline.
Well, good morning, and it's the morning from the night before, and a lot's obviously changed. I've realised Bartlett's true colours, so I think we could use the public as the jury on this one, and I think both of his fish should be disqualified. And reasons being, the first fish that Bartlett had miraculously was 27 pounds, until I had a look at it, made him reweigh it, and realised that he hadn't actually taken the sling off, and it all of a sudden become 23 pounds. And the next fish, I wasn't there for that one, funny enough, and Bradley will have to be the witness to this, and I'm sort of wondering whether he took the sling off for that one. Who knows? You never know whether he's actually taken the sling off or not. He probably zeroed the sling without even wetting the sling, so once it was wet there was more precious ounces added. So makes me wonder whether he's won all these competitions in the past. Proper throwing him under the bus here. But yeah, to be honest, we've seen a fish this morning, and it'd be wicked to go sort of toe to toe now, right at the end, have a fish each sort of thing, and yeah, see who becomes victorious from this. Sun's coming up in the background, looks absolutely mega, but it was Baltic last night, absolutely freezing cold. But yeah, I'm confident that I think me or Bart could win this. There's only a few ounces in it, I believe, and let's hope it's me that's victorious. Cheater.
Good morning. No doubt Lee's already given his side to the story. Well, you'll never reason with an idiot, so I'm not even going to bother trying to entertain what he's had to say. All I know is I'm in front of him, he's sulking, but it's close. And I think the next fish is the decider, really. We've only got 4 hours left, so if one of us gets the morning bite, I think that's going to be it, but we'll see. We're just going to have a look at the rig that I've been using for this session, and I've used it across the winter on other lakes as well, and it's done me pretty well, so no reason to change here. Dead simple, 5 inches of 15-pound reflex camo in the light camo, knotless knotted to a size 6 wide gate beak, and instead of having the hair, I've just tied a 3.2 rig ring, 3.2mm rig ring on the end, and then obviously there's a little bit of tubing, just hook silicone, just to keep it in place to stop it coming up round, as I'm going to fish it with a bag. Hook bait, depending on what colour or size that you want. This is a little 10mm PB hook bait, and on the top of that you can see that I've just flossed a little bunch of maggots. Whether you want like 4 maggots or 12 maggots, it's entirely up to you. This is the one that I used from last night, so it's got a few more, just a slightly bigger hook bait through the night. And that is it. Nice and simple. You can change what hook bait you want whenever you want. And I fish this in conjunction with a little bag. Little bit of micro pellet in there first, a few maggots on the top, and then all you have to do is hook your hook through the bag in the pellet end, so this makes sure that you don't skewer a maggot fouling the hook point, and then you just hold the braid, turn it back on itself, yeah, you just loop it over the knot like so, pull the hook length tight, and then that hangs off like that, rather than it being like the other side of the hook when it lands on the bottom. That'll melt and your hook will stay right in the pile of food where you want it. And it's perfect just for nicking a bite or chucking over the top of your baited area.
Whatever, Tom Maker.
I showed Tom that.
Yeah, all right. So reflecting back on the session, and we've just worked out that Bartlett's winning by a pound and a couple of ounces, I believe it is. Unbelievable. I've just had a savage liner on the right hand rod and there's only 15 minutes left. So, you know, it's gone to the death, which is the way you would want it, I suppose, right to the end, you know, for it to be really close like that. You know, it makes for good viewing for everyone, and it's been a brilliant match as well. Although it would have been lovely to have beaten Bart, obviously, him being a so-called world champion and British champion and European champion. I'm sure he'd never have won any of them matches without the help of his friends. But it's been good all the same. I don't get to get out with Bart a lot, to be honest. We fished a lot when we were kids, so you know, it was nice to get back out with Bart on the bank. And yeah, maybe something might happen for me in the next 15 minutes. If not, it's been wicked all the same.
There's only a few minutes left, and yeah, I'm just in front. So I mean, Mozza, to be fair to him, has just had an indication on his buzzer. And I'm hoping that don't come to nothing, because otherwise I am up the creek without a paddle. But yeah, no, it's been a really good session. I don't think, if I'd have fished any different, I think maybe if there was space like either side of us, maybe sort of chucking more to like the features than, you know, than fishing the open water might have changed a few things, but we've not been able to move anywhere. The lake's really busy. But yeah, it's been wicked. I love fishing with Mozza. I mean, he gives me far more beef than I give him. I let him off lightly, I think, and he comes out with the same old, he's like an old stuck record really, but I love him to bits, and it's been like a really good session. I'm glad it's gone down to the wire and I've not given him an absolute thrashing, and he's held his own. But yeah, no, it's been a real pleasure.
Oh. Oh. So that's it then. That is the end of the second Mozza Versus. A massive well done to the Bart man.
Cheers, Moz. Been a pleasure.
Yeah, only just though. Only just.
A win's a win.
A win's a win. I knew you were going to say that. It was, without shadow of a doubt, the best match you've ever won.
Oh, for sure.
The
pinnacle match.
Yeah, of course, of course. So hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned for who I'm going to be facing next.
That was good, wasn't it, Lee?
That was a good, Bart. Yes.
The fact that you lost was a bit better.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. You
Better
got
next time, pal.
You were panicking though.
See?
All night long. Oh no, I need to make this fish to 27 pound. How can I do it?
You need to up your game after that tutorial on orchid.
Yeah, you wish, sunshine. You wish.